If you could change any choices you have ever made, would you? You can always make another choice and change the course of your success. Everyone has the potency to make inspired choices. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the creativity that is you. Now, here is the host of Inspired Choices radio show, Christine McIver.
Welcome, everyone. I am so excited for tonight's show, and I'm grateful that you are here. I am Christine McIver. I am your host of the Inspired Choices show here on the Inspired Choices Network. And tonight we have got a hot topic. Now, speaking of hot, last week we were talking about fire and do you operate from fire with your business? Well, that show actually prompted this next show because it was interesting about how last week we were talking about how people operate and how they respond. And oftentimes they need to be burning up with urgency before they take action. And so that show really brought a lot of things forward. And this one is going to be kind of looking at it from a different angle. In the last week's show, it was more about what are you waiting on? Are you waiting on fire? And this week, we're going to be talking about kind of in a different angle, and I'm very excited. So tonight's show is all about lust-inspired decisions, business decisions, break the bank. Yeah, we're going to be talking about money. We're going to be talking about decisions. We're going to be talking about business. And who would have thought we're going to be talking about lust. So if this is your first time coming here to the show and you're listening live, I'd love for you to come on over to inspiredchoicesnetwork.com, click on the chat room, and our producer, Kim, who's producing me tonight, she will guide you into the studio where you can be one of our audience members. And while you're in the chat room, you can be participating in the show. You can be making comments, asking questions, and we have a lot of fun in there. So I would love for you to join us there. Now, if this is one of your first times, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a strategy and systems coach. I've been in business now for more than 15 years and absolutely love what I do. I work with entrepreneurs, and what is really on my heart is to support them to make it easy for them to step up with their brilliance. And there's so much to learn in today's world. There's so much online to learn. There's so many things to learn when you're first starting out. And oftentimes we're looking at our bank account. Where is the money going to come? So I love to work with individuals to assist them to make it easier right out of the gate. That's what really turns me on and lights me up. And that's why I do what I do, so that I can support others to really bring their talents and their capacities to the world. I'm also the CEO of Inspired Choices Network. We are a broadcasting platform that has a PR company inside of it. We support people broadcasting their voices and their faces to the world. In a market where we need to be showing up, sometimes it's really overwhelming to figure out how to do that, to figure out all the little places and spaces. And I've been doing that for many years now, and then created the Inspired Choices Network. So we support our hosts in creation, in showing up, in distribution, in broadcast, in all sorts of areas. And if you'd like to know more, come on over to the Inspired Choices Network. You can click on the host levels tab, and there's so much information there. And you can always reach out and ask me any questions that you might have. So my email is christine@inspiredchoices.ca, and I'm always open to take any of your questions at all. All right, let's get into tonight's show. So lust-inspired businesses should, wow, that's hard to say. Business decisions break the bank. Who would have thought that ideas could actually break our business or our bank accounts? They actually can. It can be crazy when you get caught into this really intense area. We think about, what ideas can we actually bring to fruition? What's something that I can do? And we get these ideas, and who would have ever thought they can actually contribute negatively? But they can. Lust ideas are those very ones that we must be aware of. And as you are aware of these lust ideas, you're going to become more empowered in learning how you can really help them to really leverage your business and work in your favor. Allowing ideas to flood your awareness should not be flooding your bank account. It actually needs to be something that is contributing to your bank account. You don't want it to flood it. You want it to saturate your bank account. And we'll get into all of that. You want your ideas and what you know to actually contribute. And with that, we need to have a process to take our ideas forward. So, what am I talking about with lust? There's so many definitions with lust, and I really want to talk about that so I can show you how this will actually speak to the show tonight. So, there's a few different definitions of lust. I'm sure that you have an idea of what lust is. The regular dictionary says it's a feeling of strong desire, especially such a feeling driven by sexual arousal. That's what we usually associate lust with. In the original online etymology dictionary, lust is a noun and it is considered desire, appetite, inclination, pleasure, and sensuous appetite. It's interesting that they had both of those. And the one that I really love, especially for tonight, is lust as a verb is to wish, to desire eagerly. And we're really going to talk about that eagerly piece with the show tonight. And it goes on to say absorbing or replacing the old verb. And it really is in Middle English, it was to please or to delight, to have an intense, especially sexual desire for or after, which is quite interesting. So staying on the whole side of the definition of lust, when we're talking about sexual energy, if you're someone who is really, you look at energies from a spiritual perspective and you're looking at chakras and you might be into some different spiritual modalities, we often talk about our sacral center, our sacral chakra, as being one that is our source energy for creativity. And so, of course, our sacral is our sexual organs, and lust being connected with sexual organs. Yes, this is where creation in our body with energy actually begins. And it's actually the area where we want to be very clear and very aware of so that we can be creating and really procreating more of our amazing ideas. So let me get to the whole gist of what in the world is Christine talking about with the lust. So if we go back to when I was speaking about the definitions and we talk about the wish or to desire eagerly, I want you to go to a place in your mind, in the history of you being in your own business, whether it was last week or 10 years ago, and think about a time when you were desiring deeply to come up with an idea and to create in your business, to generate your business and to generate income, finances, right? How high your desire was. And when our desire kind of outstrips our resources, that's when we can get into a dangerous space. And it's not that it's bad. You can be aware of this is what's occurring, but this is when we can get into a very dangerous space, because what begins to happen is any crumb that's in front of us, we get really intense with it. And this is where that lust energy can really come in. When we see this new idea and we're like, oh my gosh, yes, 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 this is it, this is it. And we get so turned on and we start to do push energy with our ideas. So these lust energies are energies that have us, we just see what we want to see, right? We just see, here's an idea, I can take action on this. Possibly other people have done something like this and they've done very well financially. They've done very well in growing their business. And now it feels like, yes, I've actually finally captured, this is it for me. This is my, my boat that actually came in. I'm not missing it. I'm not missing it. This is a great idea. And we jump, right? That's the eagerly. We're eager to have these ideas and we're eager to take action and implement on them. And there's nothing wrong. In fact, if you've been on my shows before, you've heard me talk about, really stoking those desires, really getting in touch with your desires regularly. And that still stands true. But what you want to really pay attention to is these lust ideas, or perhaps maybe the motion that you take when an idea comes in, where you go into that lust energy and lust actions very, very quickly. Because what can begin to occur is you jump very, very quickly, often too quickly for your idea to come to full fruition and to really gift you in return. There's oftentimes, I will see people again and again and again in their businesses, and they are jumping. They feel so empty that they're jumping at anything that looks attractive, that's got all pretty bells and whistles, right? And they jump and they jump. I mean, think about how many courses you have taken, right? I can think about many, many courses that I have taken. And when you're really in a place of, I need support, I need to be able to move this business forward, I need to be able to pay the bills, or my kids need braces next week, or I'd love to go away on that trip. And you jump and you think, okay, maybe this is the next best thing that's going to actually move me forward. So you purchase this course and you purchase that course, and you're really out there grabbing, right? You're grabbing at the really a lifesaver, right? You're grabbing at things that will actually move you forward. And what ends up happening is many of these courses, not that there's anything bad with the courses you're attracted to, but have you had the opportunity to really review how that is going to fit with your business strategy? Do you have a business strategy? Are you looking at all areas of your business with your CEO hat on? Or are you the person that has the whip out? You're the finance person. You're like, we got to pay the bills, we got to pay the bills. And you're being pushed because that's the only area that you are focusing on. That is a real trap, my friends. And most of us in business at one time or another have gotten caught in that area. Yes, of course. We live on a planet where the the currency is cash. Absolutely. We require money. We require finances in order to be able to feed ourselves, to house ourselves, and to pay all of our bills. But getting there isn't always that straight line of, I'm just going to grab this and then this will happen and then boom, good, I'm good to go, right? There is a process. And those lust ideas, if you go down that road with a lust idea, and what I've seen happen, and I have actually been in that place early in my career, in my own business, is you can start to go down that path, and you keep investing and hoping and praying, and you're investing more time and energy and money, and your time costs you financially every single solitary day if you do not have a return on the investment of your time. So you keep going down that road, and then you often will think, oh my gosh, like I can't give up now. Look at everything that I've invested. I need to keep going. And that's where it really can cost you, because when you finally do say uncle and you realize that there's a lot of other things that need to be in place first, or that idea just did not actually match for you, for your business, for your clients, you need to begin again. And that's when it can feel so costly. And the biggest cost, my friends, can be to your spirit. And I understand that very, very clearly. There has been many different things that I have tried and invested my time and energy in that didn't pan out in the way that I expected. Now, I can tell you that 90% of those things did teach me something and did help me to get to where I am today. But today, I absolutely operate differently because I value my time and my energy in such a greater way than I ever did before. And that's what I would love to see you doing as well. So we're up to our first break of the show. And I would love for you to just sit with the idea of these lust energies and these lust ideas, and look at where that you've actually taken action maybe too quickly on some of those. Just think about that during our commercial break. When we get back, we're going to dive deeper into what you can actually be doing that's supportive for you, your business, and your bank account with your ideas. Stick around, my friends. You're listening to Inspired Choices. I'm your host, Christine McIver, here on the Inspired Choices Network. We'll be back right after this break.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on our past experiences or what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join Inspired Choices radio show with Coach Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know but may not choose that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back and brings all her expertise during each and every show. Are you ready to create the life and the living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And if you are with us in Facebook, we're just going to ask you to come join us at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com in the chat room, where we'll be continuing the show. Thank you for being here so far. All right, my friends, let's get back to the rest of the show. So we are talking about, tonight, we're talking all about lust-inspired business decisions break the bank. And during the first segment, I really dove into the definition of the words and how easily we can become engaged in lust ideas being things that are so attractive, that pull us in, that look so delicious, that look so inviting, and they look like they are the answer to some of our desires, right? because lust is all about desires. Now, you've heard me talk about this many times. You, as a human being, every single one of us are going to constantly be having desires, no matter what level we get to in those lists of our desires. We are going to continuously be desiring more and more. That's not a bad thing. But what I really want to invite you to tonight is to allow those ideas to come, but then really put your business hat on so you can evaluate what actions are required and when to take those actions. Those are some of the most important steps in this entire process. Now, I want you to think about maybe when you were a young child, not a young child, like not young, but let's say when you were a teenager or a young adult and you suddenly became attracted to another human being, maybe the same sex, maybe the opposite sex, and you had bodily changes happening. You were so turned on by that person, and all you could see was what was matching the excitement in your body, right? This is the space that unfortunately many of us get caught in relationships that are not kind, right? When you see just what you want to see in someone and you become so engaged in those relationships that you put blinders on to what else is going on with that individual that you've maybe not asked questions about, right? You see that they're handsome, you see that they're sexy, you see that they laugh at all of your jokes, you see that they have money, whatever those things are that you see, right? That's what lust actually provides. It's just things that are very desirable. It doesn't actually show us the whole picture. And this is the exact same thing that we as business owners can get caught up in. We can get caught up in what we want to see and the excitement of something, and we take a jump. We jump too quickly. We believe that we have what we need, and we allow that excitement, that adrenaline, to really fuel our next steps. And that, my friends, that's the point where we are jumping with blinders on. When you have a new idea, that is not that time, that moment of excitement, that moment of oh my gosh, this is it, this is it, this is it. That is not the moment to make that decision. That is not the moment to jump. That is not the moment to say yes. Because again, when you are in that space, you're not seeing all aspects that could possibly occur or aspects of missing information. This is the same with personal relationships as it comes to business relationships and business creation and ideas. So the best time to take action is after you have done a thorough evaluation of all the aspects of what you desire this idea to create for you, how you imagine this idea is going to come to fruition. And then once you have all of this laid out in front of you, and those two processes alone can take weeks, And I strongly encourage you to allow that to take the time that it requires. All right. Allow it to unfold in this way, because what I know is as we do that, as we allow it naturally to unfold and give us more and more information, what we are missing will begin to fill in. We will begin to see the pieces that are missing. And one of the questions that you can ask this idea and your business is, show me all the areas of what I need to be paying attention to in order to take action with this idea. And when you put that energy out to the world, you put that energy out to the universe, it will deliver. But here's the thing. whenever we are asking. The timeline that we usually have is much shorter, i.e., that eagerly, than when the universe delivers. And I know that I've been in that place. I wonder how many times you've been in that place of desiring something to happen now, and you're not quite ready, and it comes when it needs to come. So when you allow that time and you've laid all of this out, now's the real work. The real work is for you to get to that space of being very calm, being very, very calm, getting yourself into this space of calm and being centered, and check in with the idea, check in with your business. Your business is giving you information all of the time. Are you listening? Do you actually connect in with your business? I know I shared this with someone a couple of days ago, and they said, "Oh, I've never thought about doing that. I've never thought about actually speaking to my business or asking my business questions." Well, your business is an entity, it has its own energy. Now, the very cool thing to know is that your business came through you because you, the combination of you, is what your business desired in order for it to be brought to the world. So you're in the right space. There's no question about that. Now it's time for you to communicate with your business and allow yourself to listen. And when you are in that calm space, when you're in that grounded space, when you check in with your business on a regular basis and you're asking the questions, and you're not doing this from a push, you're really doing this from an attraction space, right? You're in that place of knowing that this idea has come to you, and you've done your work. You've laid out all the aspects of it, and then you sit with it. You allow that idea to come forward. I often refer to this as, an idea is much like baking bread. You want to bring all the ingredients together. You want to knead them all together. And then you want to allow them to rise. Then you want to bake it slowly, baking it slowly. So that's the space you're in when you are bringing yourself to a calm space and you are connecting in with the idea and with your business on a regular basis. As you are allowing it to bake slowly, you'll become aware of more and more areas of what you need to maybe add or subtract from your idea, or the things that you need to pay attention to when you bring it out to the world. And then when you are in that calm space and you receive the awareness of now, you might receive that in your consciousness, in your knowing. You might get a nudge when you check in with your business and the idea. You might get that knowing in your body, actually having a bodily reaction. Sometimes when you think about someone, and we all have this going on, it's whether we are actually listening. So when you think about someone and you think, oh, are they thinking about me? Should I be calling them? Are they about to call me? And you check in on those things when ideas come in, when you get the awareness that suddenly a thought jumps in, that's when your knowing is communicating with you and your business. Those are just a couple of the ways that you can receive your knowing. And then when you get that knowing, and it's a yes, right? You want to just be in that beautiful space of now's the time. And that's the resting state. That's the resting state of actually creating with your business, being in concert with your business and with this idea. And then you can begin to bring it to the world. So I know a lot of analogies tonight, and we've got a lot more I want to share with you after our next break. So, you're listening to Inspired Choices here on the Inspired Choices Network. I'm your host, Christine McIver. If you're listening live and you have any questions, I'd love for you to jump into the chat room and put your questions or your comments there. Or if you're listening in the replay, wherever you're listening, I would love to receive any comments or questions from you there. Or you can always send me an email, Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Stick around, my friends. We'll be back right after this break for more all about lust, ideas, and business.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on our past experiences or what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join Inspired Choices radio show with Coach Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know but may not choose that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back and brings all her expertise during each and every show. Are you ready to create the life and the living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome, my friends. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Yes, tonight we are talking about lust-inspired business decisions break the bank. And what do I mean by break the bank? I'm not just talking about the financial bank. I'm also talking about your spirit. I'm talking about your energy. I'm talking about your confidence. When you are chasing lust ideas, they can wear you out and they can break your spirit, and most especially your entrepreneurial spirit. You know, no one has a specific map to follow in their business, right? We are learning and growing as we go along. One of the best things that you can do, the absolute best things that you can do, is get a mentor. Get a mentor who is going to have your back and who is going to hold you accountable. Because one of the most challenging things for every entrepreneur is to stay out of that trap of being seduced by things that will take us down these long, long roads with no real source that's feeding us back, or it can take us into areas that is way over our head. And in order for us to step forward in our businesses with strength and confidence, we need guidance. Everyone needs guidance, and a strong mentor can do that for you. Also, hire a coach. Hire a coach who is going to assist you in the areas where you are not proficient. Why would anyone expect that they would know every area of what to do in a business, especially if you're still quite young in your business? If you're not young in your business, but you're moving into an entirely new area, again, reach out and get a coach, someone who's going to support you and really show you the way. I have had coaches and mentors all through my careers and all through my business. That is not something that I am shy about, because I know I want to save time and I want to save money. And I'm okay putting my hand up and saying, I don't know everything. And I want to learn. What do you know that I don't know? What do you know that I could know and save myself a lot of time and a lot of frustration? So absolutely, those are just two of the areas you definitely want to do that. Okay. So mentor and coach, definitely reach out. And if you're someone who would love to talk strategy and love to learn about the systems that your business needs, reach out to me. That is exactly what I do. And I love what I do. And my brain loves systems. It can see things very, very quickly. And so we are going to be able to dive in quickly and start to bring you results and have you move forward in the areas to strengthen your position in your business. So that's extremely important. So I had a comment in the chat room during our last segment, and the participant said, so you're saying lustful ideas can be generative, but need to be tempered by a sound background strategy. That's exactly it. We always need to have a strategy. You know, when you start a new job, hopefully the organization will have a job description, they will have job duties, and they will have processes in place for you to succeed in your position. They will have a strategy in place, and your position will connect in with another person's position, and together, everyone in the organization, all of the pieces will come together to create the plan that was originally set out. Well, you, my friend, if you are a solopreneur, you are every aspect. And so in order for you to feel supported and to continue to enjoy your business, having a strategy allows you to see, okay, I've got this done. Yes, I know how to do this. I'm going to move there. This is an area I don't know. I don't understand what I need to be doing. Here's a really simple example, and I'm sure many of you listening will identify with this. You get into business to do, to do the business and to bring your expertise to the world. And then there are the admin, right? The admin tasks. Now, some of you may really like doing the admin. Sometimes that's an avoidance tactic. You don't want to actually look and work in your business. You just want to, cross the T's and dot the I's with the admin. But a lot of times, many of you will jump into the admin because you've bought that you can't afford someone to do the admin. You can't afford to hire bookkeepers to take care of the accounting. So you spend endless weekends, endless hours. I've done this. Oh my Lord. You spend so much valuable energy. Your real investment goes into areas that you are not great at, you're not an expert in, and you zap your energy and you zap your creativity. Your creative ideas get overrun by all the administration. That's the wrong thing to do. You want to put your energy and your time into money-making tasks. If you are doing tasks that are not creating income or have a straight direct line to create income, then you should not be doing that task. It's costing you money, and it's costing you more than just money. It's costing you future possibilities. I am telling you, it is so important that you pay attention to these actions, because this is where a lot of entrepreneurs give up. They can't stay ahead of all of the to-dos. And these areas where you are not capable, that this is not your area of expertise, it's not your business to do bookkeeping, this is just one example of where it can rob you. And that's the last thing that you need. All right, let's go back to the whole idea again. of lust. I want you to just think about this. I want you to get really clear about what it looks like to have a lust idea. Have you ever just gone by a pet store and seen a cute little puppy? Have you ever done this? And then you were like, oh my gosh, I love that puppy. I want to get that puppy. Oh my God, yes. Or your child, okay, mommy, daddy, can we please get that puppy? Can we please, can we please, can we please? That's a lust energy, right? And how many people have done that? They've actually went and purchased a puppy, or they've adopted a puppy or a kitten or a bunny. At Easter's coming. How many bunnies out there are going to be purchased or adopted just to fill that lust energy? And you know what? The poor animals, they get ignored so many times. They end up becoming a burden because you want to do the right thing and keep the pet in the family, but now you didn't think forward around what the implications of having that puppy, of making that lust choice would actually bring forward, right? Have you planned for that financially? Have you planned for that in your home? What if things go wrong? What if you want to go away? Have you thought about all of these things? Many, many times we haven't. And then we take the action and we follow that with regrets. That's not what you want to have in any choices that you're making, but most certainly in your business, right? So what we want to do is we want to really lay out a great plan. We need to have a great action plan. And one of the first pieces of action plan is we want to understand the creation process. Understanding the creation process will actually have you slow down. Now, all ideas are great ideas. And I strongly encourage you to have a book or, have a whiteboard and write these ideas down, because you may not take action and those ideas may not actually be ones that you end up adding to your business. However, I have seen again and again where that idea, once you write it down and you begin to connect with that idea, may lead you to another idea. It's like an unfolding and a moving forward and moving forward and moving forward. Ideas are gems. Do not dismiss any ideas. Do not, just go, no, you're not solid, and push it away. I don't want you to do that at all. What I would love for you to do, though, is allow the natural process with a very present mind to bring ideas to fruition. So there's a 4-step process in creating an idea. So the first step is energy. It's energetically comes to you. An idea begins to create in your ideas. And this is the space where that less energy can come in. It can get very exciting, right? And it's okay. Allow it to be there. Allow it to contribute to you. Oh my gosh, I just had this great idea. I'm telling you, over time, and I've spoken to many entrepreneurs that have had this experience as well. I've had many, many, many ideas. I had the idea of having a TV show years before I ever did. And, I didn't dismiss it if it didn't happen tomorrow. I put it down. I put it into that beautiful bucket of maybe, possibly one day. How exciting would that be? And I allowed myself to contribute to those ideas energetically, and I allowed those energies from those ideas to contribute to me. So I put that out there on the possibility playground for my business. Keep your ideas, write them down, check in with them. Sometimes you'll really get a pop of like, okay, now's the time to go to the next step. So step 2 of creation ideas is formation. This is when you start to actualize your idea. You start to lay out what that would look like. where you would be doing it, how you might be doing it, what it might contribute back to you. So that actualizing stage is that's where you're the real creator, the real artist, and you're putting down all of your ideas. Now, at this point, you might want to speak with a confidant. You might want to speak with a mentor, your mentor or your coach, to talk about the ideas, to see where maybe you are missing some things that are important for you to have down before you move to the next stage. And the next stage of the creation idea is to present. This is when you've put everything in place and you then present it to the world. This is an extremely exciting time, but one that you need to do with purpose, purposeful action. And you want to do it in a way that you don't just scream it from the mountaintops. You have a plan. Again, you want to have a strategy on how you lay this out to the world. Now, all of these steps, they may only take a few months. They may take a few years. There's no right timing, but what you want to do is you want to ensure that you are coming from this space of calmness when you are moving to the next stage. You want to ensure that, yes, I'm getting a very strong yes, but it's a calm yes. That's extremely important. So you've taken your amazing idea and you've brought it out to the world. Now, this fourth step, I've talked about this many other times, but this fourth step is so, so important. This fourth step is called celebration. Celebrate your ideas, celebrate the creation, celebrate that you've gotten to this point. This step is so critical. This step, without this step, you could actually begin to shut down. And I'm going to tell you why right after this commercial break. So you're listening to Inspired Choices. I'm your host, Christine McIver, here on the Inspired Choices Network. Stick around, my friends. We'll be back right after this commercial break.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on our past experiences or what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join Inspired Choices radio show with Coach Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know but may not choose that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back and brings all her expertise during each and every show. Are you ready to create the life and the living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, my friends. Oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun. I hope you are too. And before we jump back into the show, I want to tell you about what my latest creation that has been baking and baking and baking for some time. I'm telling you, I love to bake bread. And so that analogy for me was so yummy. And I also work that process. So my latest creation is a new formation of teaching. It's a course that I've put together and it's called Do This Don't do that. And it's a course all about creating with your voice, with video, with bringing and actually creating a show like this show here, a podcast, or even just showing up live on video and on audio, and how you can do it with ease. And then how you can actually have a strategy to leverage your business with your show, your podcast creation. This has been a labor of love, and I'm so excited to present it to the world. I just completed it. And if you would love to check it out, you can go over to inspiredchoicesnetwork.com/choice. And in there, you will see a lot of information and how you can actually join that course, take that course absolutely free. That is free right now. And again, following the energy, I'm not sure it will always be free. It's a value of over $1,500. And that is my gift that I am bringing to the world. It has been so much fun to create. I've got transcriptions in there. I've got videos in there. I've got sources for equipment that you can purchase. I've also got a monetization document to teach you how to leverage your show to really monetize it and have it contribute to your business. So I would love for you to check that out and let me know what you think of that course. Okay, so let's get back to the final aspects of the show. So I really want you to understand that ideas are fantastic. And when you get excited about an idea and it really pops, that's fantastic. Write it down, have it with you. But it doesn't mean just because you're excited now that the idea is ready to bring to the world. You want to follow that 4-step process, and you absolutely want to allow it to rise and bake, and you want to allow it to sit before you really bring it forward in the world. We need to have a strategy. We need to have a plan, and we need support in our businesses always. So either getting a mentor or getting a coach who's really going to be walking with you side by side as you create in your business, which is something that is so, so helpful, my friends. You want to know that you are always attracting what you desire. So, you don't even have to have a plan right now, but you can have those desires of having a program, having a creation that contributes to you. When you are in the space of taking care of your physical, mental, and spiritual health, and you know that you are here to contribute to yourself first and then the world, when you stay in that mindset, when you continue to check in and make sure that you are vibrating in that space of positivity and possibility, you cannot help but be attractive and to draw things to you that will contribute to you. It happens. And it's a matter of understanding that it's a system that you work every day. When you hear those negative voices coming into your head, you ask yourself, okay, what can I do right now to change that? You take yourself out for a beautiful walk. You have a gorgeous hot bath. You make yourself a beautiful meal. You talk to a friend and laugh. Whatever it is that can start to shift that energy so that you can be a contribution to yourself and your business and then bring your brilliance to the world, that is when those ideas will start to come. There is no shortage of amazing ideas in the world. There are no shortages of possibilities in the world. It really is up to us to get into that space of believing in ourselves and supporting ourselves in the way that really takes our energy and our brilliance forward. Please listen to this again if you're having some challenges with bringing ideas forward and with them affecting your bank account. There are ideas waiting for you. Are you willing to step back and take a beat and allow these ideas to come through you and allow them to generate for you? You know, my friends, there's so many more things that I would love to share with you. We're coming to the end of this show. If you have any questions, please reach out, Christine at inspiredchoices.ca. And I'll be back next week with another amazing show. I hope you'll be here too. Until next time, my friends, remember, you can always make another choice. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.
Thank you for choosing to listen to Inspired Choices Radio Show. Christine McIver will return next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, be willing to choose what you really desire. This is your life, making the choices that bring you all that you desire.